Sky News reported all day people in southeast Queensland, and especially in Brisbane, as well as those in the Northern Rivers region of New South Wales, have been told to take precautions and to prepare for Cyclone Alfred, due to make landfall this Thursday. The issue, as we've explained, is that damage and insurance claims are greatly compounded when heavily populated urban areas are hit. And for that reason, our big insurers are already gearing up their disaster centres. So let's go now straight inside Suncorp Centre in the heart of Brisbane with its Executive General Manager of Home Claims, Alli Smith. Alli, many thanks for your time today and giving us access into this centre. Just explain, what do you do there and how do you prepare, given the fact that the cyclone is likely to make landfall very close to Brisbane?
Thank you, Ross. Yes, good afternoon. And we are in the Disaster Management Centre here in Suncorp's headquarters in Brisbane. And we have been monitoring this weather system since late February. We know it's going to be a significant event, and with the help of our market-leading technology, our in-house meteorologist, we have scenario modelled the impacts on our customers, and we are preparing our teams and mobilising our disaster response hubs and our building supply chain.
So just explain, if you have a customer who is potentially in the way of this cyclone and who has that threat, do you send them information? What can you do to try and help mitigate some of those future claims?
That's correct, Ross. So we are already communicating with customers in the threat zone. We know the threat zone is pretty widespread at the moment, ranging from the Sunshine Coast right down to the Gold Coast and into the Northern Rivers. As we get closer to landfall, we will get more certainty as to how many customers are actually in that real threat area, and that's when our communications will become more one-to-one and more personalised.
And this
communications will include...
Oh, go on. Go on, Alli, keep going.
The communications will include how to prepare for the cyclone impacts, but then more importantly, how to get that claim started if customers do experience damage.
I was going to say, because that's the time when people need it. We were talking yesterday with the Insurance Council saying that flood and water damage is quite often the biggest source of insurance claims, not necessarily bushfires, but flood, because it happens so frequently and is over such a widespread area.
That's right, and with this event we know that we will see significant damage from both wind and water, and that will take the form of flood, riverine flooding, but also localised flash flooding and stormwater.
Okay, so Suncorp opened this disaster centre last November. Just explain why it helps you on the ground with claims and also to help your customers out.
With a claim, speed is really important, and the sooner we know how many customers are impacted, the extent of their damage, we can mobilise our team. This centre plays a critical role in us understanding those impacts well before the weather even happens, and then while the weather is occurring. So when it's safe to do so, we can mobilise to the heaviest hit areas first.
So the government will have its own disaster centres, but this is something that insurance companies have done simply because it helps ultimately, potentially, you even to mitigate some of those claims and to make people safer. That's the key.
Absolutely, and we work very closely with the emergency services to ensure that, you know, what we are seeing is aligned with what our stakeholders are seeing.
I'll tell you, it's going to be fascinating. Well, listen, we just trust that your people are safe and that your customers are safe as well. But Alli Smith from Suncorp, I appreciate your time today.
Thank you very much.